friends, and welcome back to the 7th episode of the Country Diary Christmas series. Today we're going to be working on a new project using page 172. The very last page that has print on it, last page in the book. A little bit of fabric, some buttons, some thread, ink, of course, glue, scissors, and just gonna grab a little coffee dyed doily. I like them. Okay, so the first cut we're going to make, this is going to be really fast too. Three and 3/4 from the top. I'm just going to trim a smidgy off here just to make it even. Get rid of that gluey edge. And then cut this at 5 3/4. I guess I didn't tell you what we're making. Well, it's either an index card or a postcard. All right, let's give this bad boy a little bit of ink. I like that it has this little poem on it. Now, I want to decorate this up a bit. So, I'm going to just layer on a little piece of doily. If I can remember where I put my scissors. They're hiding. And the reason I'm covering up that bottom corner is because it has this tiny little berry there and it's just kind of floating in the middle of nowhere, and I don't like it. So I'm going to do a little bit of collaging in that space in order to improve the overall look. And you know, might as well do a little bit of fabric, some buttons. Might as well do it upright. I will trim that down. Okay. So that little piece that you cut off from this edge, just take your scissors and cut a bit off. So we're going to make a little ruffle, and that's basically the size I want it. So I've got this muslin here, and right around an inch or so. Tear that. You could use calico or, you know, a print fabric or whatever you want. I'm just trying to stay neutral, so that's why I'm using this one. I probably will cut some off. This might be a little long, but right now it's 5.5 inches, just shy of 1. So using a glue stick, and I've shown this technique a couple of times. Get that nice and gluey, and then put your fabric on top, and then you can pinch it between your fingers or just roll it back however you want to cope with that. Okay. Now, I'm just going to give this a quick little stitch. Hold on, I'm tearing this all apart. I don't like how it looks. It's just a little too mucky. All right, there we go. I'm not going to shut the machine or the video off. I'm just going to run this under my machine quick. Now, I think I like it that way. But I want a button. Got a couple picked out here. Kind of like that one. I also have this one. It's a Girl Guides of Canada button. This one is really cool looking. I have a needle and thread already to go. Clearly I've misallocated it. So I'll just have to get another one. So I'm using, you can use any kind of thread. You can glue or use a glue dot to hold your button down, or not use a button at all. Or if you don't want to use machine stitches, use some embroidery floss and do some hand stitches. This is entirely up to you how you decorate or don't decorate. Alright, now I'm not going to sew it right through the card. I'm just going to sew the button to the fabric. Had a heck of a day today. God. I know I've talked about my grandmother before. 102. She'll be 103 in about 6 weeks. She's had the pneumonia, been to the hospital twice, and you know, up till now she's been in true fighting form. She's a force to be reckoned with, but this pneumonia has just kicked her ass. So she's currently in a retirement home, which doesn't provide a lot of care, but we've got nurses going in morning and evening to help her get up and dressed and washed, and then somebody would come in the evening to put her back to bed. But otherwise, you know, there's people in and out, and there is like nurse aid staff there. Anyway, she had one wild night before last, and I found out about this morning, and I was demon mad. Okay, so now we're gonna back this with something. So we've got a few options again. So we can cut a 4x6 piece out of here, and I did that with another page. Just cut that, and then inked it front and back around the edge, and then the image gets centered on top. Or we could use a 4x6 index card if you happen to have some index cards around, and I do. Or you could also use these kinds of cards, the letter or divider cards, and do something like that. I kind of like this blue one. It's really kind of gross looking, and if I did use this blue one, I would have chose a button that was that color. So I'm not going to use this blue one. Let me look at this again. Okay. Let's do this one. Needs ink though. So she's about an hour and a half away from me. So I left the office about 11 this morning, went tearing down there. Walked in the room and she said, "Nancy, I'm on my last legs. What am I going to do?" And I said, "Well, you're going to do your best." I said, "Do you think you should be in hospital?" No, she didn't want to go to hospital. That's fine. She probably should be there, but she's 102. So, gave her a Ventolin nebulizer, a nebule. I gave her Ventolin. It was ordered 16 days ago. They've never given it to her. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Alright. I want to do some stitching, and I'm going to do some stitching before I glue this down. So I will stop the video so that you don't have to wait too long. But I'll be right back. Okay, so I got a double row messy stitch in there. You can just leave it hang if you like, but I prefer to pull my ends to the back. And then tie them in a knot. Anyway, she was much perkier when I left. My sister's staying with her tonight. I'm going in the morning and doing a shift. And we'll just play it by ear. Okay. Now on the back, I actually have a stamp that says postcard. And I'm not a good stamper. And if it turns out really yucky, I'm not surprised. I just don't have the correct technique. I'm just going to kind of center it. Well, heck, that didn't turn out too bad. And I want to put a stamp on it. I had some stamps around. Oh, here's one. So these are actually vintage Christmas stamps. That one says "Peace on Earth," has a little bird on it. I've got a ton of Christmas stamps. All of these. So maybe I'll choose something else. Because I didn't like the way that looked. So maybe I'll put this one on. That's the one. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me. Let's put that bad boy on, okay? And I got the Ventolin nebulizer set up again so that my sister can give her a treatment before she goes to bed tonight. So I told her I'm coming to spend the day with you tomorrow. Oh, good. She's so saucy. Right. This didn't have to be cut. You could tear it if you like to do that, and sometimes I do. Oh, I need this glue. That's why I have a tear ruler. So I'm just going to put some glue on this little piece of paper. And it can overhang just a little bit. All right, so there is a postcard. I've been receiving lots of compliments about this series, and I'm just thrilled. If you are following along and doing this project, I hope you'll share your photos with me. You can send them to me through direct message on Instagram if you don't want to tag me. But I'd love to see how you're recreating this or reimagining these projects. And I'd really appreciate it if you would like this video, share it with other junk journalers that you think would like this. Share it in your groups. I'm really excited to share this, and when I'm driving in my car I think, oh, I can do another one in the spring, and won't it be great to do one for Easter? So I mean, we can keep doing this for a long time. We don't need to just stop at Christmas. But anyway, so thanks so much for watching, and we'll be back with video number 8 in just a little bit. Take care.